Let's explore the impermanence of pain, looking with a conscious approach to suffering. On a daily basis, we experience pain, and most times, we experience what we call suffering. Let's differentiate the nature of pain from the understanding that is suffering. Pain can be an instantaneous thing. Pain is something that's created when your body or a specific area is targeted, and it causes you in that moment such turmoil, be it anger, be it depression, be it sadness, whatever it may be, that may become explosive in that second. That is pain, as well as physical pain, the physicality of pain. Now, how does suffering differentiate from this? Suffering is the unconscious absorption of that pain. That pain was not allowed to just be pain, something you experience in that moment. It's unavoidable, it's unchangeable. However, what you can do with pain is change it into something that helps you achieve growth. However, this is not the case for most people. It turns into what we call suffering. And to help explain what is suffering, I'd like to bring focus to the Four Noble Truths that I learned from the Theravada in Buddhism. Suffering, disease of the mind, disease of the body, cessation of suffering, and the path that leads to the cessation of suffering. What does this mean? What does this break down into? We're going to go deeper into that. Now, suffering. We went into the overview of suffering. It is an unconscious absorption of a moment where you've suffered, where you felt a strong intensity that we classify as pain, unavoidable. Now, what do we mean in the disease of the mind and disease of the body? Suffering takes into hand the mind. It starts to intoxicate the mind. It translates into a language both the mind and the body has. Because within that instantaneous moment, when it happened, both the mind and the body suffered consequences. In these cases, you may have PTSD. Your body may be suffering from an illness that was not caused because of what you believe started it. It's actually something even deeper than that, something within the subconscious that creates and then manifests into what we call disease of the mind and the body. Sometimes you may feel agitated. Sometimes your head may be hurting. Sometimes you may be lost in thoughts. Sometimes you may not even be able to understand your thoughts. In some ways, we all try to establish control over these thoughts or our own bodies. And in turn, it causes even more suffering. It starts from within. Now, as we get into understanding the disease of the mind and the body, now we move to cessation of suffering. The cessation of suffering comes to a realization to those who understand the differentiation of pain and suffering, which is the turmoil or baggage that we take when we experience things in intense ways, be it in intense joyous ways or intense nightmare-like ways. Because we all remember the greatest times in our lives, Sometimes it's hard to remember the hard parts because we work so hard to step over it to what feels like it doesn't exist. However, the cessation of suffering is understanding that both of these things are one and the same. Understanding that suffering is a mental construct through which we create and manifest on a daily basis what we allow to come into ourselves, as well as what we allow to stay within ourselves. And when we see or begin to notice these things, the cessation of suffering is becoming a reality in your life, because you're seeing where possibly in life you can add a comma and continue on to another side of life that you may thought was not available to you, that you may have thought you didn't belong in. However, this cessation of suffering is a reality to you. It is available for you. Now, what makes that change when we have this realization is understanding how we develop a path to bring in cessation of this suffering that we experience. It is not an easy path. It is not a hard path. It is a path that works based upon the individual's efforts, the individual's will, the individual's motivation and discipline, and most importantly, their compassion towards themselves as they come into understanding different forms of suffering. Because suffering comes in many different forms. We can start with the mental aggregates of the 5 senses, and then we can move on to what we take from situations as they are experienced. Understanding the impermanence of pain and being conscious, mindful of suffering that can be created from this experienced pain. We can unfold this using the understanding of the right mindset, the right mindfulness, the right approach, right effort, the right livelihood, and the right concentration. Using just understanding of what is right versus what you believe is wrong. How we differentiate? Well, the right mindset, right concentration, all of these things come from being mindful of the self. Suffering began within. So first we must be mindful of within. And as we become mindful of within, we will become conscious of what is right and what is wrong for us, simply by being mindful of what helps us grow in the most authentic way to what your true intention is, versus a distraction, versus an avoidance. Understanding that these are the subconscious happenings that your mind uses in order to deviate from your true intention, from what you truly wanted to do, from what is truly needed for you. So be mindful of self, which are the body and the mind, so that we can bring to a reality cessation of suffering in your life, so that you can make that a happening in your life. Pain is unavoidable. Pain is a natural part of life. However, it is an option to make it suffering. We'd like to make that an option and understand what it is we'd like to be. within that suffering and then come out of it with reality, with realization, and with appreciation for the person that once was, is, and going to be. This is the impermanence of pain and the option of suffering. Find your flow in life and remember, impermanence, it's all there for you to experience, not to cling towards, not to crave. This is your Formless Guide, signing off.